Nigar, I want to start off by talking about the reintegration process of ethnic Armenians. No one is being forced to leave Karabakh, and those who choose to leave are being safely evacuated from the region. But there are people who have chosen to stay. Give us some insight into how the reintegration process will unfold.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Well, the situation is more or less stable now. The dynamic is going in the direction towards reinstatement of order and peaceful life. There was a meeting with representatives of Armenians of Karabakh in Yevlakh. There was another meeting today that took place. So all humanitarian issues are being discussed. Reintegration program is being discussed. Azerbaijan is very responsive in a sense that we've immediately sent the supplies, humanitarian supplies to the area. We have already there was a need for fuel. We've sent it immediately. Electricity was resupplied. And also in parallel, our army is collecting arms, and they think that we see there huge military munition warehouses, and you understand the scale of militarization of this whole area. But it is absolutely true that we do not want Armenians of Karabakh to leave, and we are doing everything to make sure that they will get all the, let's say, guarantees for the rights and for their safety. We don't want them to leave. It's unfortunately, in this case, it is their choice. And the thing is that there's a very paradoxical situation which I want to share, is that one of the problems we face that during the 3 decades, the whole Armenia's ideological machine, their political dialogue was around assumption that Armenians and Azerbaijanis cannot live together. They were saying that literally, like their leaders like Kocharian, Sarkisyan, they were saying that Azerbaijanis and Armenians cannot live together. And there was 2 purposes for that. First one was external purposes, because by this way they were trying to explain to international community the reason why they have occupied parts of Azerbaijan. They were trying to show that this is the reason. An internal reason was that they were trying to say that they were actually trying to annex Azerbaijan's lands, and that was the story.
Right.
They were saying that the only reason for Armenians of Karabakh to survive was to join to Armenia. So that was their story for 3 decades. And now the thing is that if Armenians in Karabakh stay now, that will mean that the whole conversation of the last 30 years is false. The assumption and propaganda foundation is wrong, So they now sincerely wish that all Armenians from Karabakh just run away. I mean diaspora, I mean, some Armenian politicians, I mean lobby organizations. So they actually want to see that. This is the reason that they speak about ethnic cleansing.
Right.
I
want to turn our attention to these pictures that we're showing, because it's the latest pictures out of the bilateral meeting between Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his Azerbaijani counterpart Ilham Aliyev. We do understand that their bilateral meeting has ended, and we are expecting a presser to happen momentarily between the 2 leaders, and we will give that to our viewers as it happens. But Nigar, in this whole process, the ceasefire was a crucial step in making all of this happen. But for lasting peace, an agreement needs to be signed. What are the prospects of that happening?
Well, in reality, I think that for the first time, we have a real chance to sign this peace deal with Armenia, because Armenia will be free of this subject of occupation of its land, occupation of Azerbaijani lands. It's off the hook, if you see what I mean. It's not easy process for Armenians, but I think that we have, for 3 decades, for the first time, a real chance to sign a peace deal with Armenian side. And I'm sure that there are some intelligent people understanding that. So we are hopeful that they will understand that, they will drop territorial claims towards Azerbaijan, and we will be able to do that, to sign a peace deal. Again, as I said, the problem with Armenia is that the decision-making is not always in Armenia, because Armenia's prime minister is saying one thing, but there is a diaspora organizations, there is a very strong lobby, there are some revanchist groups, so they are like kind of being obstacle for this whole process. But again, let's see from our side, I want to repeat that the goal is clear for us. We want our sovereignty to be fully respected, our territorial integrity to be respected by Armenian side. We will create all the necessary conditions for Armenians of Karabakh, for civilians to stay and to live in peace and dignity.
Right, and diplomacy played a key role in all of this as well. How important has Erdogan's diplomatic efforts been to get to where we are today?
Well, absolutely. We are the friendly nations. We are brothers with Turkey, and Erdogan's position was always very clear. He supported in a political level Azerbaijan very much, and it's very symbolic to see both our presidents in Nakhchivan today. So, of course, this support and this partnership, this brotherhood will continue.
All right, Nigar Arpadarai, thank you for being with us here on the News Hour and sharing that analysis with us. We appreciate it.